I am completely short biased on pretty much everything. I'll show you some of my favorites here. BABA was up here. I'm just loving this. Short off of 160. Maybe we get a bounce. Any kind of bounces back here into this 159, 160 area. I will pull the trigger on some puts. Apple back in the 220 area. I will pull the trigger on some puts. I will not touch any of this long unless we get over 220. So Apple, you've got these lows here, 216. We might get a double bottom depending on where the triple Qs are, time of day. There might be some calls, but I'm not looking to get long on anything unless I get confirmation over key levels for a long. Otherwise, I wouldn't touch this unless I had confirmation. So serious confirmation of a long up here. Otherwise, I'm just looking for puts. This China news just destroys the market over and over again. And we're so close to key levels. If we can get through some of these key levels on the downside, it's going to be off to the races on the downsides. BABA, I really like. All the China names, I really like for the short. I mean, I think we're probably going to get the biggest moves on this. And then Netflix, short 356. If this thing can fall, apart, I would imagine here after this big move, 18 bucks yesterday, we're going to do this grind here, and then we're going to continue down 350. I think we got to go back to 310 area. I would love to see that. I get long again for the ride back up. But I wouldn't expect 350 to give away today. After a move like yesterday, we usually get some kind of consolidation. So I'm not touching this anywhere except short 356, long off 350. Those are the only two places I really like it. Of course, long off 356, but it would have to be get over with confirmation. All right, what's going on, traders? Time for a daily recap. Let's look at some things I did right first here. Take a look. You saw the live action talking about BABA. Actually got some short here on this pop back in the 200 MA support resistance level. So worked a core on this. Did really well on this one. Worked a core on this, couple places. It broke down here, and when it couldn't, right here is where I was all out. It just couldn't break the double bottom. I didn't even mess with it. As soon as it tried to even reclaim this, I just got all out here. So did okay with that one. It did as expected. Let's see, NVIDIA. It did get show some strength today for a bit. Was able to, I ended up not touching this. I didn't get any confirmation like I was talking about in the live. I want to see some confirmation. If you want to understand what I call confirmation, you can join up. I'll teach you all about it. But I'm looking for some confirmation over 276 before I'm going to get long. Never got confirmation, so I just stuck to the short side, and I ended up doing well with the puts on this. I mean, it was nothing to write home about, but did okay with that. Was really frustrating about it was I was looking for this double top right here, and I'll show you. I'll give you some gold nuggets right here. I was looking for this right here. We were almost to the level at the same time that we were almost to the level. Where is it? At the same time that we were almost up to the double top right here. Oh my gosh, it was just so close. And I just knew it was going to pop a little bit more, and I was being patient for that perfect double top. And I would have loaded the boat. Could have, in hindsight, once it fell apart, it was just too fast and too late. I wasn't about to be chasing anything. So, I mean, in hindsight, of course, you could say, I could have got a starter here and here, but nah. I mean, today was a day of patience. It was like, I'm waiting for the setup. I was saying it out loud. I'm not touching this until I get that beautiful double top with this beautiful double top right into this, and I'm going to load the freaking boat. Just didn't get it. It didn't happen. It was just a day of almosts for me. So I never took it in ad. So I had a short position off pre-market, and I covered, locked in some gains, and then I had a pop here, and I was just looking to get some serious size up here to lock that in, and I didn't, and so it just came back. My puts were back in the money here, and I took them off, down here in profit. So I ended up doing well on the puts, but could have done so much better if the setups had been there. They just didn't quite trigger, and it is what it is. And now Netflix, the heartbreaker. So you saw in the live action where I talked about I'm looking for confirmation here over 356. Well, I got confirmation. I just never got the pullback I was looking for, and I have a strategy just for this, right? I call it this chaser strategy. So I have a strategy built just for this. When I don't get that pullback for just the right entry, at least I'm in the trade. And I didn't pull the trigger on that either. But on the bright side, I still had my 375 calls from yesterday. So I was actually already long the stock. So when this thing popped this morning, I got in 1R on the 356 for the reject, and it didn't even reject it at all. It basically just ripped right through it. So I'm long and short the stock through all of this. I took my 375s off here as they were almost flat, took a small loss on them from yesterday. I just didn't think that this had it in it. And so it just kept proving me wrong all day with this strength. I just didn't think it had it in it. You heard my voice in the live action, right? I just did not expect this market to do this with all the China news. I just thought we were going to get some serious sell pressure. And so I'm just playing the price action, but stuck into my brain still is that whole, bear China news and all that stuff. I mean, just shows it, man. I mean, I'm human. That is what it is, right? You can't win every day. You're not going to be perfect all the time. But I will say that I'm happy with what I did. The 375s, I should have hung on to them. The way I had them, the way I was set up to be short here and then to be long, I should have held on to them. So what I ended up doing is I ended up taking a small loss. They were back. I didn't think I could get any more out of this, and I took them off. Well, later in the day, when we got this pullback and it held this 360, I went ahead and got back in those same calls. And so I've got a nice move here, and I'm still in them, back in the same calls. So I took a small loss on that. Let's see, I think overall on Netflix, I actually lost money today, which is kind of funny, considering the move that it had. Let me see, I'm just looking. I came out 20 bucks. I came out with a $20 win. Now, of course, I got the 375 calls. Okay, so I've got these 375 calls. They're fat in the money right here because I picked them up right here at 360. They're already up nice, and I didn't take any profits. I'm holding all of these into tomorrow. So I kind of laugh because I ended up short 356 here. Now, what I really like about options and the way I use them is when we did finally get the move that we were looking for right here, I did get some 355 puts and I got some size, right? So I'm not touching the same strike here. I'm not even touching those. They're a 1R loss. They're gone. They're history. I got a nice size here on the 355s and I banked on this right here. So, and I waited patiently for this all day long. It was so maddening. Finally got it. Anyway, so that's how I came out 20 bucks ahead, because until this trade right here, I missed this whole long move. Because I didn't use my strategies to get in. So anyway, I just thought I would share that with you. You know, I'm not a perfect trader, but I will tell you that I have strategies that help me. I have strategies and I have triggers and I have rules and things that tell me when to engage. Rules of engagement completely. I just didn't follow them all today, man, and that's really kind of the human factor, right? If I was a robot, I'd probably just nail everything every freaking day all the time. But I cannot complain because I nailed the short on NVIDIA, I nailed the short on BABA, and I nailed the short on Netflix, and I ended up with a green day yet again. So there you go, folks. We'll see what happens tomorrow when this opens up at 375 or over 370 and touches 375. And so just FYI, I'm headed to the West Coast, leaving tomorrow after trade the open. I'm out. I'm going to be gone for 10 days all week next week. So I will be in chat. I will be I'll be active. I'm taking my trade station with me, but I'm going to be spending days in Disney and on the beach, some scuba diving, some stuff like that. So I'm not going to be doing daily recaps or the screen share, but I will be in chat and I will be, still around as much as I can because I'm on the West Coast, right? So I'll be trading. What is that? The opens at 6:30 a.m. That's before Disney. Yeah, that's before any of my diving trips. All that good stuff. So anyway, that's the plan. I will be gone for 10 days. I'll be back on Monday, October 1st, and back to the screen share. So there won't be any daily recaps or any of that for a week. I just thought I'd let everybody know. You don't have to expect it. But I will be. I'm going to set up a new blog post with some cool pictures and stuff like that. So I'll be sharing some of the adventures. I like how everybody responded to some of the Weekend Warrior stuff. So I'm going to have a post up called Weekend Warrior. I'd love to see some more of that. Anyway, you can reply. It'll all be on my blog, and I'll post it later after this recap. Would love to get people involved, man. It's a lot of fun seeing how people spend their weekends, and even if it's studying, it's cool. Anyway, all right, so we'll see you guys when I get back. Peace.